Hello, beautiful Libra. It is time for your weekly reading. This is going to be for June 22nd to 30th, 2021. So I hope you're enjoying the beginning of summer wherever you are. Here it's getting very warm and lovely. I love that. My window is open. It might get loud. You never know what's going to happen out there, but let's hope not. Let's hope I don't have any sirens or anything like I kept getting all day earlier. Let's hope that it's quiet enough because it's pretty late now. So I'm thinking it might be all over for the day. Anyway, as you can see, I've got a double deck here. I love double decks. I like lots of cards. You know, it doesn't matter if they cause a little bit of a shuffling problem. It's okay. We want more assertion from the cards. And when they have two chances to come out, sometimes they do. And then you really know what wants to make a strong presentation. So let's pull a few cards and see where we get for your fabulous week. I haven't seen the Fool yet today, and love him, or Judgment. Very, very nice. Wow. This is a power reading, if ever there was one. This is pretty. Two Judgments. Wowee, this is a really good reading, and they usually lately are not so great. There are some sad swords cards, or there's at least the Tower. This is a strong reading. Wow, I'm tingly from this reading already. This is really good. Okay, I'm super excited about this. So let's see how to do this in the best way possible. I'm gonna do a little switcheroo here. This is like so crazy. So many major arcana cards here. This is pretty powerful. Oh, I guess it's 5 and... oh, no, it's 6 and 4. Okay, so it's not that crazy, but it's still like so powerful. So, my darlings, my beautiful Libras, the King of Swords, is this you? Because it is an air sign. It is an air sign, either a Libra, an Aquarius, or a Gemini. So the King of Swords is kind of at the top of his game. He runs a great kingdom. That could be a business, a home, whatever. Could be a woman, typically a man, but could be a woman. It's that whole thing about ruling over something. This person is not, say, as much of a nurturer as the Queen of Swords, although the Queen of Swords kind of has a reputation for being a little bit cool. And the King of Swords has some of that too. The Swords court cards are not gushy with love. It doesn't mean that they don't love deeply. It just means that they're a little cut and dried. They like to cut through the BS. They don't want any flowery language or anything like that. They want to get to the bottom line. They like things to be very clear. They are into the intellect and into truth. And they just want to cut to the chase, and everything has to be nice and clear and cut and dry. They are very practical people, generally speaking. So this could be you. Let's see if it is. You will know. You will know as we go through here. Or if you happen to be with another air sign, perhaps it's your partner, or perhaps you have a child. Or, unless you're extremely old, your child is probably not going to be a king. But, well, I shouldn't say that. That's wrong, because a king could start at, there's no like absolute written in blood age about, I always say 35-ish is the beginning of a king, but a king could also be as old as can be. So obviously you could have a 35-year-old child that, let me think of how this went. I think Loretta Lynn, I think, was a grandmother at 34. So yeah, so you could definitely have children, and that was a long time ago, so that record's probably been broken a million times over. So yeah, you could definitely have a 35-year-old child and not even necessarily be that ancient yourself. So that's that guy. So we've got him sort of sorted out, although in your life you have to sort out who it is, whether it's you or somebody else. I think it's you. That's the only court card that is appearing here. But this reading is so amazing. This is such a powerful, powerful reading. So Judgment. Judgment is actually quite a complex card, because if you look at it, you see these people coming up out of the graves and this angel in the sky, and that's judgment. So a lot of people who are religious or very, very spiritual, they tend to look at this card as having meanings about us not being just a physical body, that we are eternal beings, that we are spiritual beings, which is true. I mean, whether or not you believe in an afterlife, we are still spiritual beings. We have a soul component that is very, very special. And, you know, I feel that we can move mountains. I think we have power that is just astronomical. And I think there's a lot of power to the card Judgment. It also has an element of karma to it, if you want to use that word. Certain people will get what they deserve. You should also get what you deserve, whatever that may be, whatever we've set in motion. It doesn't always work, you know, or we don't know that it always works. I'm sure some of these things happen without our knowledge, you know, of course they would. So, but you have this strong two judgment situation here, which is very powerful. And I think with all these beautiful cards, there is no way this is anything negative. It's very, very positive. I think it's maybe just a simple reminder that you are one with the universe, which is also what the Fool card is about, but in a very different way. The Fool can take a risk and know he's going to be okay because the universe has his back. The Fool is free. He is literally freedom. He doesn't have to follow every constraint in life. He has all... Now, typically, air signs are not fond of the Fool. Now, Geminis are a little bit different because they're kind of all over the map. Well, Aquarius is too, on some level. I find Libras are a little bit more structured in that they don't necessarily like this kind of willy-nilly sort of concept of the Fool. But freedom like this is really good. It could be a figurative stepping off the cliff, forging some new terrain, getting out of a comfort zone, doing something new and different, and something, you know, there's so many things in life where if you didn't do them, you would never know how amazing it is. You would never know what the happy surprise in your life is going to be. Sometimes that's having a baby, and you didn't realize how beautiful and wonderful it was going to be. I mean, that was certainly the case with my first child. I didn't know that he was going to become the most important thing in my life because I was really young when he was born, and I just had no idea how my entire world would be shaped by this child. And I mean, he is the happiest, one of the happiest parts of my life. He was the first happy part of my life. I probably would have never had more children had it not been for him. He was like the beginning, the thing that made me be part of a family. You know, it's an amazing thing. For you, it might not be that specific thing. It could be lots of different things. But you have a lot going on here. You've got the Empress. That could mean fertility. That could mean having a pregnancy. But the Empress is about the fertility of ideas also. She births things onto the planet. It can be children. It can be businesses. It can be art. It can be anything that needs to be birthed onto the planet and come to fruition. You know, that's what she is. She's fertile. She's ripe and exciting, and look at her. She looks so secure and happy within herself. You know, she is a happy being, connected to earth, eternal. And this is a positive card. This is a positive power card. And then right next to the High Priestess, two very female-centric cards. This one is all about finding your inner wisdom, tapping into your intuition, trusting your intuition, which is easier said than done. But know that inside of you, you have everything you need to know what the next step is. It's all inside of you. You're the magic. You are the magic. This reading is pretty great. I mean, I don't even want to step off the happiness train here to even look at this card. This doesn't have to be a bad card. You'll hear people say this card means somebody's being stingy. Sometimes you'll hear this called the card of the hoarder because you're hanging on to something. But it doesn't have to be anything bad. Sometimes you're investing, so you have to hold back money to do the investment. Sometimes you have certain things on the go and you're hanging on to them to make them happen. For me, I always think this is my children, and I do happen to have 4 of them. So the fact that I'm hanging on to them with my every body part makes sense to me. Now, you could say, well, children aren't pentacles. This is about money or health or something that is something that you're saving. It's some kind of investment. But you know what? My children are my investment. They are everything that matters to me that I'm going to go into the future with. So that's what it means for me. I'm not saying that you can just make up whatever meaning you want for any card, but it is a hanging on to something that you want to go into the future with, something that you want to invest in, something that is usually very positive, even though the card has all these negative connotations. Yes, if you're a hoarder, it's bad. Yes, if you're stingy and never want to let go of a penny, that's bad. So if that's what's real for you, then fine. Then it's not so great, but sometimes we hang on to things for very good reasons. I know I sound like I'm defending my own thing, which is partially true, but, you know, some of it is valid with other people too. So you take it as you will, and if you think it's bad, I'm not going to say you're wrong, because this is all about perception, and this is your reading, not mine. So I'm just throwing some ideas out there that, you know, you can look at to see different sides of something. Okay, I'm trying to decide what one to do next, because these 3 cards are so wonderful. Okay, I like the Magician best. Yes, I know it's me choosing, but I mean, here you've got 3 pentacles. So here's another reason to take this card, this one about holding on. Here's one about the beginning of an investment. Maybe you're saving up to buy a house. Maybe you're saving up to do some kind of investment, which is going to get you here, which we'll talk about in a minute. But there's the beginning of something. This could be a business you're investing in or starting on your own. It could be anything. It could be that you're starting a health club or you're embarking on an exercise program. So, you know, let's see. Maybe you're starting a special diet. I don't know what your financial situation is. Maybe you don't have tons of money and you're starting to, you know, eat really cleanly, and you're going to spend a little bit of extra money getting some organic stuff and whatever. So you can't go out to eat all the time. You can't spend the way you did because you're trying to, you know, put some money into this new eating program or something like that. These are just ideas. It's going to be different for each of you, but it's something to do with an investment. It's something to do with an investment in your health, your wealth, your longevity, your future. So this is the very beginning, the idea, and it needs to be cultivated and brought to life. And here's the Empress. That's what she does. She brings things to life. It could be something separate from this. It could be you're planning on having a baby, and at the same time you're planning on buying a home. Okay, so there are 2 things that don't, well, but they kind of do go together, because, you know, maybe this is the reason you're buying the home. You know, they probably do go together. But either way, it could be 2 separate things, or they could relate to the same thing. This money, this investment could be because the thing that you want to bring onto the earth is a business. You know, it could be so many different things. But this is your life. You know your life. You might not know what's going to happen this week, but these are some ideas. And something is going to happen that's very good, because look at these cards. They're very, very good. This card, the 10 of Pentacles, is a card of family, of having loved ones around you, of having the financial means to run your life and to be quite fine and content. It's a very positive card. Sometimes it means a card of inheritance. So that is another meaning. But it's also a card of longevity. You know, it's setting all of the things up or having attained them already. In any case, it is so good. It's such a good card. And then one of my favorite cards of all time, and this is so beautiful when it's combined with the Empress and the Ace of Pentacles and the Fool even. The Magician. The Magician is one of the, really strong power cards in the tarot deck. It means you can create anything you want. Absolutely anything. You've got the eternity symbol above your head. You are a magician. That means you can make things. You can create. You can do whatever you want. This symbol with the hand in the air and the other one down, it's as above, so below. It's an ancient concept that we can pull what we want from the heavens and bring it to earth. And it's like a masters of the universe kind of a concept. Very exciting. It means you have the cups, the passion, the wands, the ability to put things into action. You have the pentacles, the investing in yourself and others that you want to. And the swords, you will find the truth. You will get the clarity. You will, get the intelligence you need to make it happen. So this reading is phenomenal. And I want you, my darlings, to have a beautiful week, a phenomenal week, and a great life. So please put all of this into practice and see how it goes, and let me know. My email's below if you want to talk to me. And I just wish you the best. Have a great one. Talk to you soon.